Today, we're going to talk about the three major topics that we heard from clients trying to implement automation and legal boards. So this is the three mistakes we see happen across different firms, different practice areas, different styles. So what we try to do here is present for you guys two different strategies, methodologies that you can use and apply right now to get over with those problems. So automation, it's only useful, and that's why I am here not to talk about demo tool or features or things like that. I am here to talk about what you have to have before you apply any automation or any new technology in your firm. And this piece of work, it's something that is really brain power that have to be done, and it's highly not well done by technology in general. So you have to have that in mind first. You have to be aware of your workflow, of your process, and this is the goal here. So if you end up today with at least one good strategy or one idea on how to move on with your workflow and get a more helpful and less stressful daily work, that's my goal. And of course, I will not leave without showing legal boards, because why not? So at the end, I will try to use maybe litigation, maybe family law, maybe state planning. It's most answered practice area so far. I can use one of those practice areas to present those concepts in legal boards in a tool. Okay, so let's talk about the three concepts that I'm talking here. When we got with firms coming to legal boards and trying to implement their workflow, those are the three biggest issues, biggest package of issues we saw that it's the most struggling to get into the automation. So when you don't have ownership, well, you have ownership, but you don't have that highlighted. But when you can see your ownership, you can see your sequence, and you can visualize all of that together. It's when you try to apply automations before you even have your structure before. So why I highlight each one of those items, it's because this helps you to understand how to breaking down your activities and make sure each one of the firm is being used with their brain power, their better knowledge to the best tasks they have to do. And you are slicing your work in a way that you can do more process at the same time and less stressful. So that's the goal. The sequence is that you have to follow a certain sequence, and then you have the visibility. So let's get into the ownership. I don't know if you guys have saw this methodology before. It's very common in business content. It's about the RASI. So here, usually we have this without the consultant. It's just one C. But what I think is for law firms, it's more useful if we add a new different role here. So now I'm gonna share a different page here. It's my the RASI template and how to use. I'm gonna share this by mail to everyone here, so you guys can download and try to use right away. Here we have how to use, the explanation of the roles, and a template. So let's give a look at the items we have here. So how you use this RASI template. The first thing is you have to list your tasks. So this is a big step. If you are not sure about the steps, the tasks, the activities you have to have been done in order to the lifetime of your file have a success. So you got a file, and if you can't explain that, I highly recommend you hire a consultant, someone external, someone that is going to look to you and look to your firm and grab different methodologies and adapt and make work for your firm. This is the first point that I want to make here, because without your clear vision on the life cycle of your matters, none of this is going to work. And then when you have that, you have to assign the accountable. So we have here two concepts: who is the accountable and who is the responsible. I like to compare that with my son and I. So my son is accountable to order his own Uber. He go to the app, he ordered the Uber. But who is, sorry, I'm inverting the explanation. This is not helpful. Who is the accountable is who is paying the bill. So in the case of the Uber order, Bento, my son, he's responsible to order his own Uber. So he's going to the jiu-jitsu class, he's gonna order his own Uber. He opened the app, he ordered. He's responsible for that. I don't have to order for him. I don't have to drive for him. But who is gonna pay the bill? Of course, me. So I am gonna pay the bill. So I am accountable for that. So I need to be aware of he's ordering an Uber, he's getting into the place. I have to pay this credit card later. So this is how I divide how you can explain in a task who is the accountable, so it's who is paying the bill, and who is the responsible, so who is ordering, who is doing the work. And then you have all the other roles. So let's go to the roles here. We have the responsible, the person that does the work. So it's who, the paralegal that is going to prepare the documents to submit. It's the paralegal that is going to draft the documents. It's the admin staff that is going to send the intake file to the client. It's who is doing the work. The accountable, it's who it's oversee. So it's who makes sure that it's correct, review, and sign the check. Then we have the consultant. This is something that I think the consultant and the contributor are something that is more specific for law firms. We sometimes have someone at the firm, the advisors, the partners, they have specialists, and the team could use them to consult and to make sure they are going to the right direction. And then we have the contributors. So let's say we have a task that should be made by the paralegal, but the paralegal could breaking down those tasks and ask and delegate to the staff do part of the work. And then we have the informant. So let's move to the template so I can explain with real examples here. The client intake task. So here I have a few really generic, really basic tasks. Client intake is the one that I'm gonna use. Who is the responsible? So who is going to do the client intake? Who is going to take the information, read everything, talk with the client, and make sure everything is there? It's the paralegal. Who is accountable? So if we are talking here about a firm with, I don't know, 20, 25 team members, you might have the partner of the firm, also the one that brings the leads and is the client. So he's going to sign the checks. He's going to look if this is correct, if this intake is okay, you can move on. And you have the consultant. So if it's an intake that needs some special needs, you need to adjust something, or you need some information that you are not aware about, the paralegal have assured when he looks at this this workflow here, this guide here, they can look to that and see, oh, so who is my consultant here? It's this person. So this paralegal can use this person in her help. And then we have the contributor. So who supports the paralegal? So the paralegal don't really need to talk with the client. The paralegal could break her task in several different steps and send that to the admin, do the part of talking with clients, filling out information, or what else need to be done. And who is the informant? So the informant is the finance here. So when paralegal finish her step, the signing off, and the finance will just make sure that the next step is bill the client. So when you have that, you can start thinking, what is the little steps you have in each one of your major workflows? So we talk about client intake here. Client intake is a bigger activity, but while we are explaining how a client intake is done, you have the form, you have information from people, you have to make sure you are asking the right questions. So all those roles and information that you are crossing into client intake represent different tasks, real tasks. Like you have to gather information from clients by the decks. You have to review the information getting from admin to the paralegal in 2 days later. So this is how you can breaking down the steps of your workflow. This is how we are mapping the ownership. So when you have that, you start to realize, okay, I can see here that most of some hands-offs are very automatic. Like if I know this person is done with this part, I can start the next one right away. So you start to visualize where automations, where templates can help you better than just have a bucket of a bunch of SOPs and ask people to go there and search. And then we have the sequence. So while we are explaining here the client intake process, we got into sequence, right? So first you have to get information. Then the paralegal review the information and make sure she's gathering everything. Or no, I need more finance statements here. And then she consults the associates to make sure this is a complicated intake. I need to make sure I am really aware of everything. So we have a process, right? We have a steps to follow. What happens when you don't have those steps clear, like very visible? You skip steps. What is the problem of skip steps? It's imagine in this intake workflow we are talking here, the admin gather all the information and jump the associates, the paralegal, jump everything and send directly to the partner. What is going to happen is the partner is going to get this doc file or what else she got, and we'll miss lots of information. So the first reaction is, oh, okay, I have much more work to do. No, you don't have. You just skip steps. So this is one cost of skipping steps. The other is hiding waitings. When part of the work you are waiting for something, but the other no, and at the end, you don't even know what it's waiting or not. So when you have all of those steps clear, you can really point out, okay, this is what I am waiting. I am waiting right now for the financial statements, but the information about the kids, I have that, so I can go over this. So this is the cost of hiding waitings. And the end here that I think is the most brain draining is the undefined done. And this is very profound here and deep, that it's kind of Alice in Wonderland, that is, if you don't know where you want to go, how are you gonna say you get there? I know it sounds philosophic, but if you can point out your steps and tell me what is the last activity you have to be done, if you can say that, how you know you have been done? So how you know you get to the end of the process? So this is, I think, the most brain draining, because the only person that know that is the partner, and most of the time this person have to dig into files to see, oh, okay, we did everything, so we are done. You could open that. So now we are talking about the last topic here that it's my favorite one. It's the Kanban. So all that I talk here is about visualize. It's our last item here. The steps. So the first topic that we talked was defining ownership, defining your tasks, your major tasks. This is the first level of visibility. Here I have a very simple one: intake, in progress, waiting. But if we are talking about divorce, we could have a phase for financial statements. If you are talking about real estate, we could have owner and buyer column. So you can really adapt that and make sure you have the right steps. This is your major steps. And then you have your inside steps. So in client intake, you have all of those steps that we talk about. It's the form to be filled. It's the financial information to be gathering. It's the paralegal reviewing everything. So you can break all of those steps and really put it at the table. When you have more than 5 people at your firm, you can rely on verbal communication and email threads. You need to make sure people has a space that can go there and visualize what it's right now in the process. So this is my last item here. It's when we don't have this visibility. If someone asks you right now, where are your most files right now? So they are in intake, what is the step they are right now? And you can answer. Or how many files you finished last month? You are not fully sure, or this is something that you have a person to do and get into each one of the informations manually. You might missing spots. You might missing something that you are good at and you could do more. Or you might be missing that you are messing up in some steps that it's just miscommunication. It's just not clear steps. So to compile everything here, when we have all those 3 steps clear out, then you can automate. So when you have the ownership, when you have the sense of the sequence and you can visualize all of that, then you can automate, because then you can point exactly the tasks, the subtasks that this is just an email update, so you transform into automation. Oh, this is just a notification between one team member to another one, a handoff. Okay, so you can have automation for that. Now you can visualize your automations and then you can design that. So that's all. I have here for this session, this document, also the template, the template Hasi here that I'm gonna share with you guys by mail. And also I'm gonna share our workflow mapping checklist, that it's a way that you can transform more into real words and daily day. And by the end here, as I promised, I have a last 10 minutes that I'm gonna show Legalboards building the first workflow, and we can talk about all of the topics we mentioned here. So I see here we have most of people from estate planning and probate. So I'm gonna ask for a probate workflow. Let's take a simple probate workflow. I'm gonna generate this workflow and we're gonna try to find what we want to visualize here when we talk about ownership. So I'm gonna back to here to my workflow, my presentation. So we're gonna try to visualize what means ownership, what means sequence, and how to have visibility when we are using Legalboards. So this is my workflow that the AI built for me. Let's review those columns. So we are in a probate workflow. We have client consultation, will validation, assets, creditor, legal procedures, task, beneficiary, and final closure. Makes sense, right? You might have a different workflow for your practice, so you can adapt all of that. So when you look to this workflow, what is the first thing that I have here? I have first ownership. So who is the owner of my probate files? Who is the team that handle all my probate files? Right now I have just me, so let's add someone here so I don't want the only person working this workflow. So I'm gonna add Bruna here. Now I know my team, my probate team, it's Bruna and I. Perfect. Now, what is the other information I have here? My steps, my sequences. So you're not gonna do asset inventory before you do your will validation, your client consultation. So don't skip steps. You know your steps. You can highlight here information and details to give to your team members to know why you have each one of those steps. That's one thing. The other thing is, okay, I know my steps, but I have several different activities inside. How I know each one of those activities? Now it's when you add the files. I'm gonna add one classic file of Legalboards. It's immigration, but no problem. Here, when I add this file here, I know I have, this is the client, this is the information. Here, this client is at my client consultation. So I might have different tasks here and I can visualize those tasks. So now we have all at once. We know the ownership. Who are the owner of this file? Is the people that it's showing here. Is the people that it's assigned in each one of the tasks. So when we're breaking down the tasks, through our HASI template, our process that we designed here, and we apply that into tasks here, you know exactly who is the each person owner, who is the responsible assignee, and what else of this task. Now you have everything clear in your view. So this is all for today. I'm gonna end up the poll right now, and if someone has questions or if Bruna has any questions, we can highlight right now. But that's all for today. I don't have questions, no problem at all.
Yeah, didn't see anything in the chat. It was great though. Oh, there no, just Bass saying thanks. It was great. And you will send that documentation through everybody's email afterwards?
Yes. So by tomorrow, you guys gonna get in your email all the documents that I show here, the deck, the templates, and you guys can use, download, and that's it for free. Also the ebook with the checklist template. And that's it. Nice. So thank you everyone. We keep the conversation through email. We gonna send everything, and next month we're gonna have another session, probably with Bruna showing us different ideas here. So if you have any requests, if you want to ask for any specific talk that we could add here, you can send to us. And that's it. So thank you so much for everyone. Nice.